Hello, my darlings again. I'm Mumsy here, and I'm having awful trouble trying to tune this radio potty thing in for you. Just bear with me. Hello.
Personal development, unplugged.
Hey, just a quick heads up before the general introduction and then the real 5-minute quickie. This is all about reigniting your passions or finding out what you're really interested in that will make your life so much better. I do it all in less than 10 minutes on a 5-minute quickie. Isn't that weird? Hi, this is the FMQ from Personal Development Unplugged. And if you're new to this, your first time of listening, hey, welcome, glad you're here. The FMQ is called a 5-minute quickie, where 5 minutes of advice for personal development to help you think maybe a little deeper and give you a few tips of just doing what you do best, which is you. And then, obviously, if you like longer issues to think about, longer podcasts, I have the general ones, and they're about 20 minutes long. So enjoy, and yeah, just be here, because it's my pleasure, and hopefully it'll be yours too.
Personal development, unplugged.
Welcome to the FMQ, the 5-minute quickie with me, Paul Clough. And today I want to talk to you about something that I actually did, I've been doing for a little while, and I suggested something that my son could do on a retreat that he was running with some people from his Mind Mastery group. And it all started from the thought of, have you ever had that feeling that, where's my passion gone? What am I interested in anymore? What am I interested in? What things would give me a spark again? Because I seem to have lost that spark, that thing that really just lets me just flow. I think we all get that now and again, but if you want to ignite that again or fan the flame to make it even bigger, I've got a lovely little process for you. And this is how I explain it to my son. You see, I love mind maps. So mind maps, for me anyway, the way I tend to do it in this type of process is get an A4 sheet of paper. I do it in my Jenny journal. Let's get Jenny journal out. Put it landscape. You don't have to, but I like landscape. Circle in the middle, and then I'd write the topic in the middle. And from there, each line would come out, would be my thoughts. Now, here's the thing. You see, when you were younger, now you can go back to being a little kid, or you can go to times when you were a teenager. You see, in both of those times, you did things without thinking sometimes. In a good way, without thinking. You were just had that impulse to do things with excitement, with curiosity. You did things and sometimes with teenagers, without fear. Now, sometimes we do stupid things without fear, and they're dangerous. But I'm thinking of, without fear of the consequences of speaking, doing, getting involved, just doing things which are enjoyable. We don't have that reserve as we do with an adult. Oh, I couldn't do that. Oh, that's not me. That would be silly. What would people think? And all that other crap that we, this stuff that we put into our heads. So maybe if you want to ignite those passions again, or fan, as I say, fan the flames of the passions that you have already, and you want to add to them, with that childlike quality, curiosity, excitement, the teenage quality of excitement and passion and energy. When we do things with just so intense because we just love it, then here's the way to start. Is you put in the center of that mind map, that circle, the things that I really enjoyed when I was maybe a child, a teenager, or in my youth, way back then. Don't know how way back it is for you. And then just let your mind run. Let your pen talk, as it were, on the page. I don't want you to consciously think, oh, what did I do? Just whatever comes up into your head, write it out. So you might just go, well, I used to love, as I've told you before, I used to love drawing cartoons because I wanted to be the Marvel comic artist. Never got there, but it's still there in me. I can feel the excitement now I used to invent. I mean, there was a shamrock man I invented. I remember him. He had a lovely shamrock on his helmet, on his head, and mask and things like that. But anyway, that's beside the point. I used to love doing those things. There was another time I remember, I just taught myself how to do calligraphy in an old English style. I just got a book, I got some transfers, and in the end, I was doing certificates for people. And I was about, 12, 13, and I was doing these wonderful certificates in this lovely old English style. And I really enjoyed it. Now, it's not taking and doing that now, but getting the essence of what I enjoyed about it. That learning, and then putting it into practice, and then being good at it. Because I know I used to take that. I learned when I was a lot older. I suddenly decided to learn airbrush painting, taught myself. And I know, when I think back now, I had that same curiosity, excitement, passion, energy to carry on doing things. Even if I made mistakes, I carried on. So I can see how I took that, as I say, the essence and the energy and everything else that goes with it from one into another. So if you let your pen and your hand just write all the things that you used to really enjoy, you'll begin to notice the feelings that you really enjoyed back then. And it's telling your unconscious mind, well, this is the feelings that I enjoyed back then. Where are they now? Where could I find them now? What other interests, what other things could jump out at me that I could become aware of? It's amazing what you can find as you just look back with the right intention. So maybe just, I always suggest when you're doing a mind map, set your intention. What do you want to find? So I want to find all the things that used to excite me and the passions I had when I was younger. Set your state, maybe that state of curiosity, of wonder. And as you go into that state of wonder, think of a time when you just had curiosity and wonder. And as you find that state, see what you saw, hear what you heard, feel that state, and then just let your pen write in Jenny Journal. And then you can come back to it. Leave it for a moment or two. Leave it for a day. Let your unconscious mind germinate even more of these ideas, these thoughts. So when you come back, your pen will just start writing all over again. And then you can sit back and allow thoughts to happen. Let your unconscious mind create that reticular activating system. So the physical side, that you actually start to notice those things. Or maybe, like, if you believe in the law of attraction, you attract those things because of the feelings that you have from way back then. The synchronicity, the coincidences, the I'm just lucky, things happen. Now, what you could do, once you've done that, you could ask me for a hypnosis track to allow you to look at that mind map, go back and feel those feelings again and put them into the future. But you have to ask me. Because I know you love hypnosis, but I really want to have this feedback. Because if this is something you'd like, send me an email, paul@paulclough.co.uk, and just say, yes, please. I'll know what you mean. And then I'll put out a hypnosis track. It might be on this podcast, or it might be just direct back to you. Who knows? I haven't thought about that yet. But have a think. First of all, though, I really suggest, do the process. Jenny Journal. Notice the things that you enjoyed, because even if you don't want the hypnosis track, I know that will create something deep inside you to create something really quite magical in your life. And life should be magical, shouldn't it? If there's a should. One of the few shoulds, magical. A magical life, which then we share with other people into that integrated field of learning. I bang on about that all the time, but this is me sharing it with you. And if you share it with others, then hey, we just keep sharing. And that's the whole point of this podcast. I always ask you at the end of this, and I will again, to share this with your friends, your unfriends, if there is such a thing as an unfriend, anybody and everybody. Leave me a review on iTunes. But I'll tell you all about that in a minute. That's the end bit. You know all about that. But I would ask you to do that. So if you want that hypnosis track, you're going to have to do a little bit of work. So email me, paul@paulclough.co.uk. Now, this has been a longer than the normal 5-minute quickie. I mean, we're well over eight minutes or so now. Oh dear. But this could be the best thing that's ever happened in your life. There was a song coming there, but never mind. But this could be something that will change your life forever, because it's the simple things. You know, in simplicity, there's genius. We know that. And that's what I'm about, simples. So have a play with Jenny Journal and let me know about that hypnosis track. Okay? I'll speak to you real soon. Just have more fun than you can stand and enjoy every heartbeat. And as a man used to say on some of the personal development tracks I used to listen to, live with passion. See you now. Bye-bye. Hey, just a couple of reminders before you go, if that's okay. The first one is, do have a little glance, if you would, at my other website, paulcloughonline.com. It's got my first program of allowing your unconscious mind to let go of anxiety. It's called Free Your Life of Anxiety. The first 5 days are absolutely free. And I think you'll find, even in those first 5 days, you're going to find so much more. And there's a lot more to get out of that as well. So just have a flick through if you would. There's a couple of hypnosis tracks and things like that. But I'll give you more details in another podcast. And also, this is all about generative field of learning and sharing in that generative field. So if you have found this or any of the other podcasts of interest to you and of benefit, please do share them with your friends. It's how this podcast keeps going with people listening, because that's what it's all about. Okay, so please do that, and we'll have a wonderful life together, creating a wonderful world and growing together. So enjoy every heartbeat. Bye-bye now.
Personal development, unplugged.